Making a dream come true is always exciting. But what should you choose, so you won't regret it later? Ethan had been tormented by this decision for almost 2 weeks. For his 17th birthday, he had been given money and the freedom to decide how to spend it. There was just enough for a tattoo. That was what he wanted more than anything. He had dreamed about it for years, but when the opportunity finally became real and he began searching for the perfect design, he completely lost himself among hundreds of options, unable to choose. Ethan asked his friends for help. From time to time, they sent him different images. One of those messages arrived late at night. Half asleep, almost on autopilot, Ethan opened it and instantly woke up. This was it. A tattoo sketch, highly detailed in 2 colors, black and red. It depicted a demon, or maybe a devil, surrounded by occult symbols. It looked almost alive, and that dark energy. Ethan loved everything mystical and magical. He had watched every movie on the subject, played countless games, even taken part in occult rituals, considering himself almost a mage. And this was exactly the kind of tattoo he wanted. Something that reflected his inner world. This is it. Yes, perfect. If only the artist can recreate it exactly like this. There were no doubts. This was exactly what he had been looking for. That sarcastic gaze. So terrifying. Perfect. Barely waiting for morning, Ethan sent the sketch to the tattoo artist. The reply came quickly. The artist agreed. Ethan was ecstatic. The only thing left was to thank the friend who had sent such an incredible idea. Ethan opened his messenger app, but the message was gone. Strange. He checked every chat. The image was nowhere to be found. He felt a little disappointed, not understanding which of his friends had sent him that sketch. At least he had the sense to save the image immediately. After agreeing on the time and details, Ethan went to make his dream come true. The first session was finished. The tattoo started at his neck, extended over his left shoulder, and ran down the left side of his chest. Ethan happily pulled off his shirt to show it to his friends. "Ethan, that's insane. Wow, how much did it cost? Give me the artist's contact." He soaked in their admiration. The only thing that bothered him was the soreness of the skin and a strange sensation of cold. But the artist had warned him. Healing could be painful, with irritation. So Ethan took painkillers and ignored the feeling. "Hey, Ethan, what do these symbols mean? They look like runes." "It's just a picture," Ethan laughed. "I don't think they mean anything." They spent the entire day walking around the city. It was warm and sunny, but Ethan wrapped himself in a hoodie. He was shivering, and it felt like the cold was coming directly from his left shoulder, as if someone's icy hand was gripping him, cooling his entire body. He felt worse, dizzy. Dark spots floated before his eyes. Barely making it home, Ethan collapsed onto the couch. His parents weren't home. He showed the tattoo to his sister, then went to his room. In the silence, he finally listened to his body. His left shoulder was almost numb. His left arm was noticeably colder than his right. Ethan panicked. This wasn't something he had been warned about. He searched the internet for possible side effects. Nothing matched. Meanwhile, the cold spread through his body. Finally, he rushed into the bathroom and stepped under a hot shower. Trying to warm up, he looked at the tattoo in the mirror. Wait, no, just imagination. The demon's expression, had it changed? Ethan turned the hot water up. What? The face on his chest seemed to wink. No, just water. He turned off the shower, wiped the droplets away, and looked again. The demon in the mirror was staring straight at him. That was impossible. Its gaze should have been turned away. Ethan stumbled back, pressing himself against the wall. Goosebumps crawled across his skin. "No, I need to figure this out," he whispered, stepping toward the mirror again. This time, the demon's mouth was clearly wider. The eyes narrowed, and suddenly, it laughed. A horrifying, animalistic grin. Ethan screamed. He slipped on the wet floor and fell. The last thing he felt was his head striking something hard, cold, wet, slippery. Ethan came to in fragments, fights, running, jumping over fences, far too high to be human. In those brief moments of awareness, he desperately tried to regain control of his body, but he couldn't. Violent will was controlling him like a puppet. The left side of his body was completely numb, ice cold, and that laughter, demonic, not his. He woke up in a hospital room, white walls, unfamiliar smells, strangers leaning over him. He couldn't move. His arms and legs were cuffed to the bed. Then he saw a familiar face. His father, exhausted, older, broken. "Dad," Ethan whispered, "the tattoo, it has to be removed." That was all he managed to say. Recovery took years. The tattoo was removed, but his mind was damaged forever. Only later did he learn the truth. That night, he burst naked out of the bathroom, kissed his terrified sister, and jumped out of a fourth-floor window. He ran through the city, attacking people, smashing storefronts, laughing without stopping. No one could stop him. Not civilians, not security, not even police. Only powerful tranquilizers brought him down. A shaman later said, "People carve symbols into themselves without understanding their meaning. If your son knew whose face that was, he would have cut it off with a knife. What he let inside himself is worse than pain. He will never be the same." Years passed. Ethan survived. But one thing stayed with him forever. A crippling fear of mirrors. Because every time he looks into one, he doesn't see his own reflection. He sees the demon grinning back at him.